Hello, thank you for joining me here at the Art of the Oracle. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. My name's Virginia. I am a Oracle reader, and I was an artist for a number of years, and I feel like Oracles is an extension of the art that's created to help us to understand the things that are going on in the world today. Now, I have two very unique decks here. We have the Crowley Oracle, and then I'm working with Thoth Tarot, which is probably the newest tarot that I have. And I kind of felt like keeping it plain and simple, which is one of the reasons why I have these crystals out, something clear. Now, just because they're clear doesn't mean that they don't hold a lot of power, because they do. Sometimes the clearest of crystals bring about very, very intense focus. So one of the things that, as I was meditating prior to coming on, I heard, it's so funny because I heard Eat, Pray, Love, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that movie. But what the message was is that in that movie, it was about discovery. It's like who you thought you were, and then you realize that there are so many unexplored places about yourself. And that's what I heard, is that now is the time to really explore who you are and what it is that really means something to you. What is it that you were meant to do, and find your footing in that. So with that being said, thank you for being here. Let's dive into the cards. If you have a question or something that's on your mind and you would like a reading around it, I do offer readings. You can get readings for 15, 30, 45, and an hour. And I do those over Zoom, so you get to see the cards pulled as we're pulling them, and you can ask any question you would like. So if you're interested in that, you can follow the link to my email or my website, either one, and we will set that up on the calendar. It's very affordable. All right, so let's dive in and see what Kali. So I'm really drawn to Kali. As you can see, only 2 decks of cards today. If you have something that you want to focus on that, and we'll see if we can get some information. Your energy is included in each one of these readings, whether you're watching them as soon as I post it or months later. All right, so Kali, what is the wisdom of Kali? Okay, I'm kind of feeling like it might be those 2 cards. I felt like there was another one. Okay, so Kali is a really interesting deck, and one of the things that I love, this is Alana Fairchild, is that the energy that comes from Kali, she says, is like, it's grace. And what does she put on here? Like grace and supreme protection, like the wildness of the feminine. And so in the first card that came out is Krishna. You have what you need and desire, but you must be prepared. You can have what you need and desire. Interesting, that little slip there. But you must be prepared to enter into sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. Now that's going to be so if something comes to mind, I think it's going to be very personal, whatever that might be for you. And, you know, you could have literally sacred fire ceremony. You could be willing to give up something, right? That's really what it's saying, giving up something so what you desire has room in your life really to come in. So shift from focusing on what isn't working to handing over all concerns as a prayer offering to the divine. All can then be resolved and shall manifest according to loving and generous grace. Beautiful card. Yeah, I was thinking that this morning, you know, like when I'm ready for certain things to shift. And this one came out the other day in a client reading. It's a really beautiful card. This is representative of the lotus rising up from times of darkness or confusion into the light, and it's a new way of being. So this is Kama of Kali. You're being offered a spiritual gift from the Divine Mother. Your path need not be one of endless exertion. Connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment, intending to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through the softening and opening of your heart, is an act of worshiping the divine feminine. So let yourself receive her loving gifts. Yeah, so this is saying that, you know, a lot of times the reason why we're asking for something that we don't have is because we're really we're exhausted and we don't want to do the thing we're doing anymore. But this is asking you to kind of look at it from a different way. It's like, find something that you really love and, you know, look at it from that perspective and allow through divine joy, right? And it says that it's a gift, because we get lost in so much struggle that we forget that there's joy in there too. So interesting that there are 2 lotuses here in the water, right? In this blue figure, which is indicative of this upper chakras, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, being able to speak your truth, see your truth. And this is, the waters can be very emotional. This is all about, I think, about your intuitiveness and rising from what was into this new way of being. This is Kali Mahamaya. When a situation becomes unnecessarily complicated or confusing to your heart, Kali Mahamaya arises spontaneously as a protective bearer of universal truth. Ultimately, her revelation shall lead you beyond that which is deceptive or not right for you. This you are promised. She protects you from that which is unworthy of your heart and seeks to constrain your spirit. So I think what these cards are saying is that, you know, we all have things that we want, and the reason why we want them is because we don't have them. If we had them, we wouldn't want, you know, them. They would already be here. And it's saying that, you know, you need to let some things go to be able to bring some new things in your life. And now where you are is where the joy can be found. Just be where you are in this moment, in what it is that you want, because when a situation becomes unnecessarily complicated or confusing, then what I heard from that is that it's something of truth has to come out. So like the new realization, when things start getting really complicated, there's something that is asking you to be able to look at that. And that's what this card is saying. So let's ask for the final messages here with the tarot. Okay. So we have the Prince of Swords. These are a very unique version of tarot, and I haven't used them very much, but they're pretty exciting. So we have the Prince of Swords. So this is around our thoughts. This is like the Prince, I believe. I have to look these up because they're a little bit different. Normally when it's the lower version of it, it's like a new energy around thinking and how you're coming together. So I just need to see if that is the same. Let's see where the Prince lies. Okay, so the Prince in this deck is kind of like the king. So it's the person that understands where the importance of your thinking and where you are in the world. It's saying here, he slays and fast and creates, right? So it's in this deck, the king is below the queen, but this is like the king energy here. So he is very powerful in his words, his actions, his thoughts, and doesn't confuse what it is in his purpose with things that are not really meant for the movement forward, right? But this is all about thinking. And then next to it, you have the Four of it says luxury. And the Four of Cups, when you think about what the Four of Cups is like in this card, the reason why it says luxury is because it's like the cup runneth over. And when you have 4 of them, you have stability, you have more than what you need here. So the Four of Cups is perhaps the reason why these 2 cards are coming out together is because it's saying that, you know, through this opening and through the awareness that this life, each day, you don't get that day back once you've lived it. And the importance, like this eat, pray, love that I heard in the beginning, was the importance of finding out, like, what is your truth? What is your passion? What is your joy? Where are you going? Because it says, her revelation shall lead you beyond that which is deception and not right for you, right? Because we can get stuck in our mind in lower thinking. So it's asked us to go to the highest thoughts, to believe in what it is that you can do and believe that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want in your world. And the Four of Cups is saying, so you can experience it. That's ultimately what is meant to have happen. So I'm going to ask if there's anything else. I kind of feeling like that may be the last card for, okay, one more. Swords. So this is the Five of Swords. This is really interesting because this was all about, this sword's energy is the highest of the masculine outwardly projected, like the thoughts and the words and the actions that come from what it is that you're thinking and putting out in the world. This defeat card is saying that there's something that needs to change, or something is going to change. And when this card comes out, it's like lies and deceits and things. And I think this was the last card that came out last week. So I think that what it's saying is there's still something that is going to come out for us this week. So stay true to you and your thoughts and your beliefs and your right action, because there is this preparedness that we have to be able to find out exactly who we are, what we need in the world, so we can move forward with right action and intuitive, with our heart open. That's what this says. But yeah, it also seems like as all this is going on, there's something that is still a little nefarious that's going on right now in the world. And that is something that is possibly going to come out this week. So thank you again for joining me here at the channel. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, and come back and see me tomorrow for another daily message. Bye now.